Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be discussing why Terraria is still so popular after 15 years while watching my gameplay. Today's episode 3 and we're going to be tackling the jungle. So yeah, I wanted to talk about this because it was interesting. You look at you look at games that came out around this time, these like pixel games like Minecraft, and a lot of them games survive for a couple of reasons, and they keep being popular. One of them is the multiplayer aspect, obviously, because Minecraft's like most of the stuff you see of it's online. It's SMPs, it's servers, it's friends playing together. You're the best times you remember in the game is playing with your mates. Whereas Terraria it's a lot different. It's a mostly single player game. Yeah, you can play with other people, but most of the people playing Terraria, they're playing like single player. So yeah, I thought it was an interesting topic, and I wanted to talk about it while we look at my gameplay. So right now we're in the jungle, and we are going to get ourselves some life fruits to maximize our health before fighting Plantera. Um, I've got hallowed armor, the Durindal, and the twin staff, the optic staff, or whatever you call it. Um, in this clip, you'll see that I actually collect 21 life fruits, and you'll see why very shortly. There's a little montage of me collecting my fruits. It took me about maybe an hour, maybe half an hour, something like that, but yeah, I always think it's fun. You go in, spelunk a potion, mining potion, running about, collecting fruits. It's always a fun time. But yeah, I've always thought it was interesting that Terraria is a mainly single player game, and yet you still see YouTube videos with hundreds of thousands of views 15 years after the game was made. I think a big reason for that is the replayability, where every time you play the game, you play differently, you play a different class, you play a bit different build, you try out new things. Here I'm making the Aegis fruit. This gives you 5 extra defense, which is huge at this time in the game. I actually didn't know you could get the life fruits before Plantera. I don't know if they changed that, or if I just was under a magic spell for the last 8 years of playing this game. But yeah, that was something. Butterfly wings right there, and we are gonna fight the boss. But yeah, there's so much replayability in this game. That obviously 1.4.5 just came out. They're still getting huge updates. We'll talk about that in a bit, but yeah, 1.4.5 just came out. I'm playing Summoner, and I'm trying out all the new whips. I'm trying to get every whip in the game. The only one I missed was the slime whip because I didn't know that you had to craft it. I thought it was a king slime drop, and I was talking about it to my girlfriend, and she she looked it up, and I said, I've killed this guy 15 times and he's not dropped it. The drop chance must be super rare. And she said it's a crafting item, and I said no, it's not. It's a drop. And then I looked it up myself, and it was a craft. It's like 50 slimes or something in the slime machine. But yeah, it's the only whip I didn't use. It's kind of cool as well. It's lights enemies on fire. We're fighting Plantera right now, and for me, this part of the game is the easiest. I don't know if anyone. I think fighting the mechanical bosses while having to deal with like the spread of corruption and stuff is always like challenging. But then you get into the jungle, and you kind of just like you kind of just destroy the next like 2 or 3 bosses. I don't know. I've always thought it was funny. Plantera is a joke. The only challenge with Plantera is making a big enough arena, but obviously I have an arena. And then Golem, he's a joke. He always has been. But we'll see if I can solo that boss. We can see if I can one-shot it or not soon. But yeah, there's so much replayability. Like, I don't think I'd ever use the optic staff. The twins. I don't think I've ever used that in this game. And yeah, I tried it out, and it's okay. I only used it for this one boss, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I killed Oh, maybe I fight Golem with it? We'll have to see. But yeah, there's so much replayability. I love the melee class because there's so much variety with that. You know, there's so many different ways of playing the game. There's true melee, and we obviously beat Plantera. True melee, you've got the normal melee weapons with like projectiles. Oh, the tiki armor right there. And some new dye, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, melee, you've got the whip, sorry, not whips, maces, ball and chain, true melee, melee pikes, so much variety, and then the accessories, obviously, you can go on forever listing them. I'm trying out a new dye here, that's actually the chlorophyte dye. I thought this part of the game, we're in the jungle, we're getting the chlorophyte. I think that might be a post-Plantera dye, actually. So, yeah, I got that. They look super cool in chlorophyte. But yeah, that's the first thing. It's super replayable. There's never a time you play this game twice and do the same thing. I think they changed this as well. I have the master blueprint or whatever that's called, and I can't see the wires until we kill this guy. So yeah, that's another thing right there. I don't know when they changed that. I'm actually really enjoying this update with the new stuff. I like all these pendants, as you see, vampire pendant. I thought that was the thing that actually turns you into a vampire, but it wasn't, and I actually get that later on. Maybe next episode. We don't know. But I've not tried it out yet. I think there's an achievement attached to it. Maybe that's the seed though. Well, we'll have to see. Yeah. Another thing that keeps people coming back is the updates, obviously. 1.4.5 just came out. I've said that 3 times already, but it's true. Just came out. 1.4.4 came out in 2021, 2020, I think. That was a huge update. That totally reworked the melee. So hopefully 1.4.6 might make Ranger a bit more interesting. Because right now, Ranger is like the cookie cutter class, where it's like, you know what to expect. There's nothing like, you get guns, bullets. There's no like crazy cool weapons. I think the Onyx Blast is super cool in early hard mode. But apart from that, like, all the weapons are like, they're mid. Summoner's got a huge boost this update though. It's always been my second favourite class, but this update's solidified it as the best, in my opinion. My inventory's full there. I think I'm gonna go home very soon. And then yeah, we'll see what happens with that. There's actually not a lot to talk about with replayability of Terraria because, or like the reason people keep coming back. I just thought it was I think it's fun that people are still playing this game after 15 years, and I like seeing that people are still getting like views and stuff, YouTube views for playing this game that I've loved since my friend showed it me when we were kids. Always wanted to play it, and then we got like a little bit older, and I said, all right, then I'll buy it. You play Warcraft, I play Terraria, and ever since I've played it at least 2 or 3 times a year. I beat the game a couple times a year. It's always fun seeing what they've added new. I'm quite the expert in this game after all this time. You can see clearly because I activated all 3 of them traps, and I'm just stood in the way of the spike balls. So yeah, obviously that's a pro gamer move. I've already used my heal, and I've got 15 seconds of poison, so yeah, I think we'll need to go back home there. I think another reason it's popular is like the challenges. You always see like challenge videos pop up for like games like this. Actually, for any game, I've been watching this one guy play Stardew Valley, and he's doing the tile locked thing for Stardew, which is really cool. I think it was a RuneScape thing at first, but now people have done it for every single game imaginable. We got this whip here. This whip was incredible. The vulgar display of flour Obviously, it's a play on words. It's flower instead of power. But this takes the mick right here. Look at this. I've got 6 platinum right now. And then we're going to see if we can get legendary. It's not that rare, right? Legendary? Okay. It's made me laugh. I can't believe I won't spoil it right now, but yeah, I killed Aya Cthulhu, I think, a couple times to get a few more. That's 5, that's is that 3? 3 more platinum right there. So it's 8 platinum. Spoilers, we don't get it. Okay, there's another 7 platinum. It's 15 platinum up to now. Yeah. Oh, there it is. 15, 14, 13 platinum to get legendary. That was a grind. As you can see, though, I didn't upgrade the pygmy staff, and that's because I didn't use it. I normally use it when I beat Plantera, but I thought, I think there was another summon that I wanted to get at this part of the game, so I just went for that. We went back into the dungeon, obviously. Straight away, Golem. Easy. There's no messing with Golem. No buffs or anything. I'll try out the Durandal, see if that's better. Let's see the damage. We're getting 900. 1,500 there. 1,400. That's fine. And oh, that's because I'm switched back to the other weapon. So basically, when you hit with this weapon, it shoots off these like petals, and the petals will track to your whatever you're fighting, and it does a shit ton of damage, which is cool. But yeah, this is the reason people play this game still. It's because it's so satisfying to beat this poor golem who's been trapped in this temple for 1,000 years and just wake him up and you know, make little eyeballs hit him, whip him with his jungle themed weapons, Yeah, it's an easy fight. Sometimes the only like difficulty with it is like if you get like a shitty arena, like if it's like a tiny arena you get. But apart from that, as you can see, the wires appeared there. Yeah. Basically, I just wanted to make this video talking about how much I like this game. I do really like it. I hope my videos one day pop off and I can, entertain people with my gameplay. I don't think I'm too bad at the game. We went there, did Deadly Sphere stuff. You want to know how much effort went into getting that. I think this was my 3rd solar eclipse, which is crazy. I looked it up, I think it's a 3% drop. And I got 2 straight away. After the 3rd moon. Took me bloody ages. There it is, Fabled. This summon I don't think I've ever really used. It's like these like mechanical balls. So we go straight for, obviously, Duke Fish Run. And Duke Fish Run drops my new favourite whip in the game. I might make a YouTube short video talking about his whip versus Plantera. And I know it's like kind of difficult to get it pre-Plantera because of the, the damage output or whatever, but if you can get it pre-Plantera, that destroys Plantera. Because basically we'll wait, see if I get it. I don't want to spoil the video. This is in my opinion, the 2nd hardest boss in the game. On Master Mode, this was kind of difficult. In the next video, we will be fighting the most difficult boss. And we'll see what happens with that. We'll see. We are playing Summoner. I don't want to give you any spoilers for next episode, but we are playing Summoner. And, some of yous might know that Empress of Light drops a few summoning items. Especially since 1.4.4. That's all I'll say. Let's see if we can get this guy. 23,000, we've not lost any health. He is kind of easy. There's a blunder, huge blunder. I always jump into him at this stage of the game. This stage of the boss fight is annoying. But my guys are doing damage on this guy. When he stays still, I think I'm getting like 1,000 damage just from the orbs. We'll see. Super low, 10,000 health. He goes into his third phase. Under 10k, I think. Yeah. And then this is easy. I shouldn't get hit here. I got hit, obviously, because I am terrible. But we'll see. We'll see. Boom. 4,000. I'm getting low. This will be embarrassing if I lose. That was my... I don't want to say it's my first attempt. You can see a gravestone there. It is my second attempt. And we did get both of the things. We got the whip, the new technical whip, which is super cool. And we also got the tornado summons. So yeah, that'll be the end of the video. Hope everyone enjoyed watching. We'll spam some more reforges, trying to get Fable there. I do get it, and I get Legendary on the other thing as well. But yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed. A bit more of a glaze on Terraria this episode than the other ones, but